On the news, Nigeria at 63, federal government declares Monday 2nd October public holiday. Bill on Northwest Development Commission passes first reading at Senate. Plus, federal lawmaker empowers women.
We thank him because there is no one like him.
Good evening and welcome to NTA Parliament News. I'm Amina Saidu Abubakar. The federal government has declared Monday, October 2nd, 2023 public holiday in commemoration of the nation's 63rd independence celebration. In a statement, the Minister of Interior, Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo, congratulates all Nigerians at home and abroad. The minister assures Nigerians of government's continued commitment to tackling challenges facing the country. Tunji-Ojo reiterates that the eminent position of Nigeria among nations and the greatness ahead of the country is achievable if all citizens work together in unity. While wishing the citizens a memorable independence celebration, the minister assures that the Tinubu administration, through the Renewed Hope agenda, will ensure a better Nigeria for all citizens as a befitting tribute to heroes past. As Nigeria celebrates 63 years of independence from colonial rule, we have with us a public affairs analyst, Jide Ojo, who will share his thoughts on a couple of issues. Mr. Jide Ojo, you're welcome to Parliament News.
It's a pleasure to be on your show.
Let me start by congratulating you and fellow Nigerians on this auspicious occasion of the country's 63rd independence celebration. We are a diverse people. Ethnicity, religion, political affiliations, and educational outlook. What comes to your mind when you look back? Has this diversity made us stronger, or is this Nigeria's weak point?
I see our diversity as a positive variable and not negative, because when you look at what each of the tribes and region and religion brings to the table, it makes us to be cosmopolitan in nature. So there's nothing you want to know about any culture, any religion that you cannot find a Nigerian to tell you. And when you see the role that Nigerians of diverse culture has been playing in terms of sports, in terms of international representation, in terms of even educational research, you find out that this has been of huge benefit. Our diversity has been of huge benefit to us. We have an Okonjo Iweala in World Trade Organization. We have Dr. Akinwumi Adesina in heading the African Development Bank. We have Ajia Amina Mohammed as Under-Secretary in the United Nations. We have diverse, different people from different cultures, from different parts of Nigeria, playing key roles in international politics, in international organizations, and even in terms of contributions to national development. So in summary, I feel that our diversity is a strength and not a weakness.
Okay, you will agree with me that the major role of the legislature is that of lawmaking. How would you say it has fared over the years? Has it enacted laws that impact Nigeria's development?
Constitutionally speaking, the roles of parliament or the legislative arm are threefold. We have lawmaking, oversight, and representation. In terms of these three broad responsibilities, our parliament has done very well, although it's still a work in progress. If you look at the quality of legislation that we have had when we were running a parliamentary system of government between 1960 and 1966, and then when we switched over to presidential system where we now have National Assembly made up of two chambers of House of Representatives and then the Senate, you find out that there have been a lot of value addition to governance. Don't forget, when you talk about checks and balances and separation of power, The separation of power principle and that of checks and balances is inherent in democracy. So the parliament or the legislative has been up and doing to oversee the activities of the executive as well as even the judiciary. And when you look at the quality of legislation, the quality of legislations have been very, very of global standard. I can recall the many legislations that have given rise to, helping us to form or to strengthen our nationhood. Look at the issue around the constitutional alterations that have guaranteed that Nigerian youths participate in the electoral process. They're not too young to run, legislation which reduced the age of presidential aspirants as well as House of Reps and State House of Assembly. If you recall, Ajia, in 2010, when former President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua died, and there was no provision in the law on how to make the vice president to become acting president, since there was no letter, intimating the National Assembly of his medical leave. The National Assembly invoked what is today known as doctrine of necessity, that now capacitated former Vice President Goodluck Jonathan to become acting president. That is a very proud moment for me as a Nigerian, that our National Assembly could rise up to the occasion. Even on a Sunday, they met and invoked the doctrine of necessity and gave the approval for former Vice President Goodluck Jonathan to become the acting president. So that is to tell you the importance of having a legislature. And although I would say that there's still room for improvement, but they have done fairly well in total.
It is always a pleasure having you share thoughts with us on the NTA, but I must let you go for now. Thank you very much for joining us.
My pleasure. Do have a wonderful celebration and stay safe and stay blessed.
A bill seeking the establishment of the Northwest Development Commission, NWDC, sponsored by the Deputy President of the Senate, Senator Barrow Jibrin, has passed first reading at the Senate. A statement from the media office of the Deputy President of the Senate said the commission, when established, will accelerate the development of the commercial and industrial potentials of the Northwest Geopolitical Zone, comprising 7 states: Kano, Kaduna, Kebbi, Katsina, Jigawa, Sokoto, and Zamfara. It will also manage funds for the agricultural and industrial development of the Northwest Geopolitical Zone. In the last 10 years, states in the Northwest Geopolitical Zone, especially Kaduna, Katsina, Sokoto, and Zamfara, have been battling with security challenges, thereby retarding their development. Specifically, the Commission, when established, will formulate policies and guidelines for the development of the Northwest in the areas of roads, education, health, employment, industrialization, agriculture, housing and urban development, water supply, electricity, and commerce. About 1,000 youths and women in Biu local government area of Borno State have benefited from empowerment program on agricultural production and processing, courtesy of the federal lawmaker Mukhtar Betara Aliyu. Muhammad Rabiu Ali reports that the beneficiaries received 50,000 naira each as startup grants.
These are the latest beneficiaries bidding farewell to poverty and unemployment from Biu local government area, courtesy of Mukhtar Betara Aliyu. They are being trained on agricultural production and processing, fishery, tiling, among others. At the end of the training, beneficiaries were given 50,000 naira each, with foodstuff to include rice, maize, cowpea, and soya beans to start business in earnest.
We thank him because there is no one like him. All the time, he always wants to empower his people to carry everyone along with him in order to eradicate poverty.
So gaskiya ba abin da zamu iya mu ce ma honorable Mutar Betara sai dai mu ce mishi mun gode.
Gode wa Betara, Allah ya saka da alkhairi, Allah ya ɗaukaka mana shi, Allah kare mana shi.
Mu a biyu local government ba mu da abin da zamu faɗa wa Betara Aliyu. Babu abin da shi ya riga ya wuce duk wani misali abin da zamu sai dai Allah ya saka mishi da gidan aljanna.
Agriculture in Nigeria has come to stay, and it's one of the means through which Nigeria will be able to help in solving its own poverty alleviation as well as unemployment that is really affecting every part of Nigeria. While the honorable member felt that, look, my people need to be taught on how to do certain things in agriculture. And we are going to narrow it to fish production, fish processing, and even fish marketing.
Chairman, Betara Palliative Distribution Committee, Muhammad Izebiu, urged the beneficiaries to make good use of the item given to them to become self-reliant in the society.
This is not the first time we are doing this. It's just a continuation. Because I remember before the election of 2023, we were here throughout for the same empowerment on the same agriculture. Because if you want to move people out of poverty, it has to be agriculture. That is if you want immediate result.
Other local government areas of Kwaya Kusar, Shani, and Bayo will follow suit. In Abuja, Muhammad Rabiu Ali, NTA News.
We now pause for some messages. We have more reports from across the states when we return. Don't go away. You're watching NTA Parliament News, reaching you from our delight station, NTA Parliament. You can follow this broadcast and other programs on our social media handles on the screen. The Senior Special Assistant to the President on National Assembly Matters, Senator Abdullahi Gumel, says the choice of Cardoso and the 4 others as new management team of the CBN as appointed by President Tinubu was to rescue the economy. In a statement, Senator Gumel commended the President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, and other lawmakers for screening and confirming the appointments on the first day after resumption from recess. He expressed the hope that other appointees of the President done while the National Assembly was on recess will be screened and confirmed soon by the Senate. Senator. Kano State House of Assembly has adopted a motion calling on the state government to upgrade Ajingi Cottage Hospital to the status of a general hospital during Tuesday's plenary, as contained in a motion sponsored by Representative Lawal. Samira Hamisushura reports that the Kano State Supplementary Appropriation Bill 2023 scaled the first reading.
Ajingi Cottage Hospital was established years back to serve a population of about 500,000. 23 years on, The number of residents have multiplied, counting in millions. Hence the need for the upgrade, which also suffices patients from some parts of Gezawa, Warawa, and neighboring states of Jigawa. On roads, the House entertained two motions from Representative Halilu Ibrahim Kundila of Ogay Shanuna constituency for the construction of Shanonu to Farurua and Adua to Danfok roads that were earlier constructed as feeder roads by previous administrations in the state, but needs to be upgraded for maximum efficiency. For the road network in Makoda, as presented by Representative Ahmad Muhammad Tumas, it connects several communities which are predominantly farmers. Therefore, provision of a good road network will greatly ease transportation of their farm produce to various markets across the state and by.
And it's only an indication of development that when you farm beyond your requirements. You farm for your domestic needs, and you also farm for you to be able to export to the market and sell. Without road constructions, without good roads, Mr. Speaker, it has to be very difficult for our people to transport their products from the rural dwellings in Kano State to the urban centers, to our available markets, for them to sell and earn their daily livings.
Earlier, the House has condoled the families, friends, and associates of Halirume Garidanga, a former majority leader of the 7th Kano State House of Assembly, who passed away after a prolonged illness. Prayers were offered for the repose of his soul and grant his family the fortitude to bear the irreparable loss. The House will reconvene on Thursday, the 28th of September, 2023. From the Kano State House of Assembly, Samira Hamisu, NTA News.
The Ebonyi State House of Assembly has passed bills seeking the establishment of Ebonyi State Road Fund Board and Administration and Ebonyi State Drugs and Medical Commodities and Other Related Matters Laws 2023. Uchichuku Onwe reports on this and other matters during plenary.
The executive bills, which were forwarded to the House as a matter of urgent public importance for legislative action, was submitted by the Chief Whip Nkemka Onuma, as well as moved a motion for it to be considered as a working document and seconded by the Deputy Chief Whip Arinze Lucas. The first bill, which seeks the establishment of Ebonyi State Roads Fund and Ebonyi State Roads Fund Board and Administration, having passed first, second and third reading, according to the Speaker, Chief Moses Ijo-Odunwa, is to establish corporate funds for Ebonyi State roads for the purpose of funding, planning, rehabilitation, reconstruction and maintenance of Class B, C and D roads.
2023 is hereby passed into law.
Other members of the House acknowledge that the Bill 007-2023 will create jobs and alleviate the sufferings of the masses, especially the rural dwellers who lack access routes to the urban centers.
If the board is there to monitor the roads that the fund is being released for, at the end of the day, Mr. Speaker, you see that the whole road will be okay. The people that will administrate it will be employed, and it will go along with bringing the road to our Ebonyi State. I'm lending my voice to support that this bill, giving all the necessary support that is required. Thank you.
The plenary, which was initially dissolved for the Committee of the Whole, presided by the Chairman Chief Moses Ijo-Odunwa, again read the second bill, which seeks the establishment of Ebonyi State Drugs and Medical Commodities Agency Law 2023. The 34 pages later, having scaled through third reading, is to institute a board that will regulate management of drugs and medical commodities in general hospitals. Those members who contributed on Bill 008-2023 explained that with the passage, it will address issues of medical quackery in the healthcare system and ensure professional management of drugs and other medical commodities in the state.
Then in other related matters, we have to check quackery in the rural areas. Because when these quacks combine with these fake and substandard drugs, there is danger.
I believe that this bill will go a long way ameliorating the suffering of our people and reduce high rates
mortality in Ebonyi State and Nigeria at large.
The drugs that we procured will be affordable. They will always be available for you. And those of our people will be renewed.
So we had to take the tool to enable the Charter of Needs succeed, because the Charter of Needs needs some legislative ingredients to stand, and that is why what was our promise to back up everything about allowing the Charter of Needs succeed.
The House, which was on recess, suspended its holiday to address these urgent public importance bills. In Abakaliki, Uchechukwu Onwe, NTA News.
The Kogi State House of Assembly has confirmed several nominees for key positions in the state, including Friday Achema as Commissioner nominee for the Kogi State Independent Electoral Commission, among others. This confirmation follows a formal request from Governor Yahaya Bello for legislative approval. Correspondent Ajibola Christopher reports.
In a decisive move, the House convened in a committee of the whole presided over by the Speaker Aliu Umar Yusuf to conduct the screening and confirmation process. Commissioner nominee for the Kogi State Independent Electoral Commission, Friday Achema, was duly sworn in during this session. Major Enefola, the representative of Igalamela Dolu constituency, praised Commissioner nominee Friday Achema as a highly accomplished technocrat with an extensive background in elevating the standards of the commission. He appealed to the members to allow Achema take a bow and thereafter offered their support for his successful confirmation.
Friday Achema standing before you is a man that I've known for a couple of years now. It will be interesting to know that is not an overambitious person.
Are you a politician? No. Did you belong to any political party? No, sir. Fellow colleagues, if you are in support of the motion that this gentleman take a bow and move, say aye. Aye. Against the nay, the ayes have it.
Other nominees who underwent the screening process were Abdurrahman Aziz Obimi for board membership of Kogi State Universal Basic Education. Sanusi Ibrahim and Gimba Shiloba were nominated for roles within the Kogi State Judicial Service Commission. In his confirmatory resolution, Speaker Aliu Umar Yusuf extended congratulations to the confirmed nominees and urged them to be proactive in executing their responsibilities. He emphasized the importance of avoiding actions that could hinder their performance while focusing on elevating the standards of Kogi State.
Honorable members, is it the opinion of the House that Honorable Abdulaziz Obini be confirmed as the board member of Kogi State Universal Basic Education? Yes. Honorable member, is it the opinion of the House that Sanusi Salisu Ibrahim be confirmed as member Judicial Service Commission? Yes. Honorable member, is it the opinion of the House that Jimba Felix Shelobi be confirmed as member Judicial Service Commission? Yes. Honorable member, is it in the opinion of the House that Friday Achema be confirmed as the Commissioner of Kogi State Independent Electoral Commission? Yes. The nominees are hereby confirmed respectively. I congratulate them.
It is anticipated that the newly appointed officials will fulfill their responsibilities with dedication and competence. In Lokoja, Ajibola Christopher, NTA News.
The Bauchi State House of Assembly Committee on Information and Communication has conducted a tour to all media organizations operating in the state. The idea, according to the committee chairman Musa Wakili Nakwada, is geared towards achieving better legislative engagements. Nasir Umar Chirun reports.
Ensuring good working relationship between the legislature and media organization has led to the exchange of ideas towards having a vibrant legislature on the land of Bauchi State.
Together, we'll be able to push the agenda, and for us to have an interface that will give birth to constructive advices on something that would move the organization forward.
NTA expanded its stations down to communities in order to disseminate information down to the grassroots. I know in Bauchi we have NTA Azare and NTA Darazore. Azare is on air, but due to some factors tying the station, they are not able to function very well. And we people are there. You are the one to bring the stations up.
Our major problem here is when I came on board, we have been cut off from the main source of power, and therefore almost 60 to 70% of what we are doing here is squarely on diesel.
The committee members appreciate the support of the media houses with a promise to legislate towards addressing the identified challenges during the tour.
We are here for us to really know ourselves, to really give you the hand of fellowship, to assure you people that we are going to work hand in hand.
Here, as I said earlier, to meet you and have an open discussion over anything that will be a kind of a challenge to all of you and to us, for making sure that information dissemination has been successfully carried out in our state.
We alone, as legislators, cannot do it, but with the assistance of the executive of the government is why, with the comrade and in our midst, inshallah, everything will be possible.
This visit is the first of its kind since the beginning of present legislative session, which is the 10th in series. In Bauchi, Nasir Umatirun, NTA News.
That's the size of our package at this time. Do follow our programs on the social media handles on your screen. On behalf of the production crew, I'm Amina Sa'idu Abubakar. Good evening and happy 63rd Independence celebration.